How we going? Just thought we'd put together a bit of a tutorial video for you on how to solder and join your LED strip lighting. So there's a few tools you'll find very handy for soldering strip lighting. One is a soldering iron. I use this unit here. We also use a pair of small side cutters, a pair of wire strippers. For the occasional tricky bits, the more old-fashioned style. A gas torch for your heat shrink is also a good idea. So we use mostly a twin core cable like this, simple and easy to use, easy to strip with these strippers. Simply a case of insert your preset depth and strip. So when you're joining your strip or adding a tail, obviously solder needs to stick to these pads. So using your side cutters or a Stanley knife very carefully, cut away the clear insulation. And then, as I mentioned, trade secrets. I use one of these little solder mate clamps, and they hold that perfectly in position for me, as you see. So to prepare these wires, as they've already been stripped, we merely need to twist them as such. Then, using your soldering iron, melt a little solder onto the end. Won't need a lot, and merely apply it into the wire. It can be done like that, or an easier way to do it is to heat the wire up and feed it into it, like so. Repeat that with this wire. And you're good to go. Now it is important when soldering to keep that part of the tip clean. As you can see, it's a bit mucky there. We use this stand which has this piece of handy steel wool on it. You can just clean it like so, and it comes out freshly tinned, ready to go. Take your lead, bring it around and enter it in the clamp. Now, our lengths of LED have a plus on one side. That is clearly positive, so we'll put the red wire to that and the other to the negative. Now to prepare that terminal, you merely need to melt a little solder onto there. As so. And the same with the other side. Quite straightforward. Once that's done, it's ready to go. You bring your wire in, get it ready to, get your wire ready. And reloading your soldering iron, merely bring two together, as you see. Not the prettiest job, but that will work every time. Now for the other wire, it's obviously important that they aren't touching or you're going to get a short and no light. So we add a little more solder to the mix, push our wire down into position, and there we have it, one soldered joint. Now to test our strip, soldering complete, I use a 24 volt driver, as all our strip is 24 volt. Simply take your positive and your negative ends, line them up with the marks on the driver, insert carefully, like so, and tighten down your terminals. And then you're right to test. Here's our strip. If we plug that in now and switch on, we have light. So to protect our joined ends that have been soldered, I use a clear heat shrink. Clear so it doesn't obscure any of the LEDs and you get the full length you need. Obviously we don't need a long piece. Simply use your side cutters. Cut that. Slide it over your wire. So when installing heat shrink, I like to remove the sticky protective label. All our strip comes with a sticky back on it for easy installation into the aluminium profile. If you remove a small amount of that, slide your heat shrink on a little way as shown. Use your gas torch, which I have here, and just carefully apply gentle heat. You can see how that's taken up nicely. Good idea to heat shrink from all sides so there's no loose spots in your connection. And that is a finished product ready to install in our strip.